just tons of candies in his fridge and just loaded up my son and his friend with like tons of candy.
Well, our next guest is a guy who came out of the punk scene in England with his band Generation X. You've seen him in movies, you've seen him on TV, you've seen him everywhere. He's a legend, and he's got some of the greatest hair that I'm very envious of. The one, the only, Billy Idol. Let's check out his latest video from his new EP. It's the title track, Cage. Right now, we've got an artist that I've loved since I discovered him in Generation X when I was a teenager. I even wore a Generation X t-shirt to my high school graduation rehearsal, and I've never forgotten that. I just want to say I'm so happy to be able to bring Billy Idol to the show today. Billy, it's great to see you.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Fantastic to be here.
Billy, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me. I got to sit with your family, your band, your friends. It was the most incredible experience. When you received your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it was just an incredible day that I'll never forget. Thank you so much for that. How did that experience feel for you, Billy? Because it was incredible.
Well, it was great because, Shepard Fairey and Henry Rollins were inducting me, and it's just fantastic to have some people of that caliber.
It was, if anybody deserved it, you did. And people were lined up down the streets.
It was a fantastic turnout. I've really got to thank them for coming. They really made it. They brought the ambience, they brought the craziness. It was great.
I love that. And Billy, now, I don't know if you remember this or not, but a number of years ago, we actually met backstage at a Post Malone concert. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna go up to Billy and I'm gonna say hi to him. So I came up to you and I introduced myself and said that I work with Sirius XM and that I absolutely love you, but also that I fell in love with you when I first saw The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore way back in the day, and you have that amazing scene in the suite on the plane, and I'll never forget it because I looked at my parents and I went, who's Billy Idol? Who is this man? And I feel like you are partially responsible for my love of rock and roll.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it was really fun doing that part, I've got to say. When we weren't shooting, of course, Adam in his trailer, he had like a bass, drum, and guitar setup, so we were jamming in between doing the little pieces of filming we were doing. So it was kind of a double thing. And then it was Halloween too. And I brought my son. My son was about 10 or something. He was only 8 or 9, and his friend. And Adam had just tons of candies in his fridge and just loaded up my son and his friend with like tons of candy. And then the director let my son sit next to him when he was shooting the parts, so he's really got to see how they shoot a movie and everything.
We need a different friend circle, I think.
I got to do it better. Well, Billy, thank you so much for being on the show. Like Matt, I'm a fellow huge fan of your solo work and Generation X, and it was recently announced you're going to be playing shows as Generation Sex with, obviously your old bandmate in Generation X, Tony James, plus Paul Cook and Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols. But how did that come together, and what could fans expect when they go see that show live?
Well, I've known Jonesy and Cookie now for 47 years or something like that, and of course, they're a big reason why I ended up in a group and everything. I wanted to do it anyway, but just seeing the Pistols told you could do it. You just had to get up on stage. Yeah, then we did a couple of little shows, one at the Roxy here and one for Chrome Hearts in New York, and they went really well. It was just a lot of fun. It was just fantastic playing with Tony James. And it's just a kind of a nice feeling, and if Generation X can't get back together, this is a fun way of doing it, and then maybe Generation X will get back together as well.
Billy, recently you did your latest EP, Cage, and that song is so great. We just saw a little clip of the video before we were showing the video.
Yep.
So can you talk to me about Cage and this latest group of music that you've been doing? You and Steve Stevens still out there killing it. Talk to me about that and that song Cage, because it had a lot to do with the pandemic, didn't it?
Well, yeah, we'd been in lockdown for over 2 years by the time we sort of came to do the Cage EP. So yeah, it made sense to write a sort of coronavirus anthem, really, because Dancing Myself had Tom Hanks and made that a coronavirus anthem, but I just thought...
Yeah, that's right.
But that was written a long time ago. So it was great writing Cage, and we just, all the sort of experiences of seeing Sunset Boulevard boarded up. So it's kind of a fun song, but at the same time, yeah, it's got all the sort of serious things about the sort of tortures of the pandemic, really, just being sort of held back. And that it could be true of any time in society that you feel held back or that you can't quite achieve what you're trying to achieve. So it doesn't have to be just a coronavirus anthem. So it's a great song, and it's really fun to do. And then something like Running with the Ghost on Cage, that's really sort of about drug addiction, really, about I'll always be haunted by what I did a million years ago and how many years I was sort of on the gear and stuff, you know. So, but anyway, you know, doing these EPs has been a lot of fun because we've been putting music out a little bit more timely, but I have to do as much promotion for these EPs as I do an album. So we were going to do a third EP, but I think we're going to do an album because we're going to do a 9-song album. We're about 5 songs in, so we just need 4 more songs, and we'll have our 9-song album. So I think that's what we're going for next, after all.
Final question while we have you here. As you know, Matt, I ask this of all of our guests, and I apologize because I know you're a bald man.
Yes.
But I have to ask the man with the greatest hair.
Yes.
You know, true story, in 1983, I was held down by a bunch of teenagers, and they put shaving cream in my hair, and they said, look, now he's Billy Idol. And from that point on, I thought, man, I don't know who this Billy Idol guy is, but he sounds cool, and I've been doing my hair ever since. What's your secret, sir? Your hair looks so amazing, phenomenal. It's like I could do a whole other show just asking you questions about your hair. But how do you sum up the secret, the Billy Idol follicle secret for us?
Spit in the old days, because the audience used to spit at us in England, so a lot of it was spit, or like someone would spit bubble gum at you and stuff. But yeah, no, it's just hairspray and things like that at the moment. A bit of thickener, you know. Used to use talcum powder and stuff back in the day to thicken up, you know.
Well, Billy, thank you so much. What an honor for you to come by and join us here in the Power Hour. We can't thank you enough. We wish you the best of luck on the tour. We hope to see you out there.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Oh my God, my first love right there. The wedding singer star. Well, not quite, but Mr. Billy Idol.
He's definitely a star of that. It was great. That was one of the biggest surprises about that film I loved.
He comes out with like the bottle of champagne. He's wearing his leather pants that are all low-waisted. Ooh.
He is an actual badass.
Hey there, thanks for watching AXS TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know, just let us know what your favorite AXS TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I'd like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.